at the top of Adventure Trail. Oh yeah. So good for you, and so worth it. Oh, end of the line. Hey everyone, MinerBiker here. I am riding between St. George and Hurricane by Quail Creek Reservoir and State Park. We're gonna ride the scout trails today. These are just some fairly short little trails here on these rocky, rough ridge lines right on the east side of the reservoir. They're, say, rough, janky little trails, pretty technical, also just up and down and techie maneuvers. Some really pretty views of both the reservoir and over towards Hurricane and Zion. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can kind of loop together all the different little short scout trails in one good ride. Should be fun. We're starting off going clockwise on the Cub Scout trail here from the south end of the trail system. Starting this way, you start right off with some tough technical climbing. Where'd the trail go? Oh, it's over there. Lost the trail for a second. Pedal. Oh yeah. Good bit of climbing there. Now we're up on the ridge. There's the reservoir up there, you got the dam. We'll get right up above the reservoir, further up. view out on the reservoir and state park. Water's really low because it's such a dry year. Over towards Hurricane Zion, towards Sand Hollow, over towards Washington, St. George. It's beautiful. Fun little trails. I like trails like this. Slow, janky tech. Section along here reminds me of suicidal tendencies. This is the Quail Creek Lakeshore Trail I'll join up with. Here it is in a second. Oh, slid a little there. Oh. Alright, so now we're past Cub Scout. Now we're getting into the kind of the middle part, which is the Boy Scout loop. Just like the advancement in the Scout levels. You start off on Cub Scout, then you go to Boy Scout, then you go to Varsity Scout. Then there's Venture Scout's the very last, most technical bit out at the very end. And in case anyone's wondering why they're called Scout Trails, it's because there is a big Boy Scouts of America camp down here below us, down by the river. This particular trail we're on right here is the lower part of the loop.
right up here we'll fork off and climb up onto the ridgeline again. Now this will be the same trail that we're coming back on. Then we'll hit the lower part of the Cub Scout loop too on the way back. There's the fork. So we're going to go to the left here onto the Boy Scout loop. We'll come back on that other one, which is lower Boy Scout. Pretty looking out to the south along the river, fields and stuff out there, sewer ponds, like some beautiful sewer ponds. Oh man, don't give your legs much of a break. There we go. View. Whew, yeah. And look at the dam. Got the emergency flood spillway up towards like Red Cliffs stuff where the water for this reservoir drains from. Where it comes from. Oh, the water's super low. Better hope we get a big winter. There's no snow up in those Pine Valley Mountains either. So keep going straight right here. Keeps you on Boy Scout. Here to the left is Varsity Scout. Right to the top again. Woo, yeah. We're going to drop down here to the lower part of Varsity and Venture, go out on lower Venture, and come back across the top. Then we'll drop back down this same little stretch here again. Take that lower Varsity going back the other way. Okay, do this way on lower Venture. The lower Venture just follows that little double track out to here. We got an overlook. Real pretty. So this is the other dam of the reservoir, looking up the Virgin River up towards Zion and Quail Creek, and the adventure trail is going to climb us up onto here. Alrighty, here we go up this end of the Venture. This one's the hardest one to follow because it gets used the least. Goodness knows you can't just sit and spin. Had to stop for a second. I ran over a very stiff cactus that put about half a dozen spines into my rear tire. Pulled them out, they all started leaking, but thankfully the sealant done its job. Oh, whew. Yep, made her up. Woo! At the top of Adventure Trail. Oh yeah. Oh. Yeah. Oh yeah, forget you gotta swing that turn wide. Alright, here we are back at the intersection of Varsity, coming in there from the right, so we're going to drop down that same section we did earlier, back down and catch lower Varsity going back the other way. There we are. Now we'll head back along the lower trail here. That was, so to the right there is to the Boy Scout loop that we already done. See if we can fix this sign a bit here. Alright, so now right here in the bottom of this wash, Cub Scout trail that we rode on and the Lakeshore trail, take off there to the right. We're going to drop down this wash a little bit down on the lower Cub Scout, and that'll take us all the way back to the trailhead. Oh, frick, I was not ready to pedal.
there we go. Scout trails. Janky little trails. Fun though. Great place to come and work on your progression. All right, everyone, that does it. Like I say, scout trails are a really fun one to come work on, like progression and stuff, because pretty much every time you're gonna probably clear some stuff you didn't last time, things like that. And always just come out here and try and clear everything. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't, and stuff is just good to come out, challenge yourself, push yourself, work on your skills and everything, and just super fun trails. Just don't run over the really big stiff cactuses that will puncture your tires like I did. Thank goodness for tubeless tires. They are wonderful. If I'd had a tube in, there was about 6 spines that punctured all the way in. So if I'd had a tube in, I would better have had a spare tube, because I would have been screwed otherwise. But since I had tubeless tires, I pulled out my old pliers and pulled out all the spines, and the sealant seal them right up, added a little bit more air, and good to go. Didn't have to worry about the whole rest of the ride. Is perfect. Anyways, thanks everybody for watching. If you've subscribed to the channel already, thank you so much. If you haven't, I invite you to do so. Please check out other videos on the channel. There will be some links in the upper right hand corner to some other stuff around here in St. George Hurricane area, which is my kind of go-to spot during the winter time when it's cold and snowy up home. It's nice to, as much as I love my fat bike, it's nice to get a break from it and come ride some regular stuff and just ride in shorts and a regular jersey instead of 3 or 4 layers and everything on the fat bike while it's bare cold. Anyways, thanks again for watching and for supporting the channel, and keep digging up new places to ride.